What if I told you that the average SUV's annual maintenance costs are close to $10,000? It sounds crazy, doesn't it? This is the reality. Not every SUV is a financial disaster. Some discreetly travel 400,000 or even 500,000 miles using just oil, filters, and basic upkeep. I'm counting down 9 smart SUVs today that will save you money on depreciation, insurance, and repairs. I'll also demonstrate when an extended warranty makes sense and when it's a waste of money. Are you prepared to buy now and drive forever? Let's move. The SUV that essentially created the crossover market is the Subaru Outback, which comes in at number 9. Wagons were considered uninteresting in the 1990 seconds. With the addition of symmetrical all-wheel drive and some tough cladding, Subaru provided families a vehicle that could easily manage highway commutes, snow, and dirt. Here's the worst part. The majority of Outbacks travel more than 200,000 miles, with only regular brake and oil maintenance. When owners maintain their vehicles, I have personally witnessed these reach 300,000. Because of this, mechanics reluctantly acknowledge that these items simply don't appear in the shop very frequently. Because of their IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus rating, insurance companies also adore them. A safer vehicle results in a cheaper premium, saving you money on insurance each month as well as on repairs. Subaru offers all-wheel drive as standard. Additionally, the 2020 model year is the best option if you shop wisely. Modern technology, safety features, and unwavering dependability at an affordable price that won't ruin your retirement funds. The Toyota RAV4, the best-selling SUV in America, comes in at number 8. And it's not by coincidence. The formula was perfected by Toyota, an engine that feels like it was designed to outlast the competition. A rock-solid chassis and ease of driving. This is what astounds me. Older RAV4s frequently reach 300,000 miles without requiring any significant repairs. I've seen 2010 models with their original drivetrain still functioning well. Additionally, the RAV4 is incredibly valuable due to Toyota's reputation for longevity. In actuality, used versions can fetch nearly the same price as a brand-new competitor from Ford or Honda. Newer RAV4s have a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that isn't particularly exciting, even if performance suffers. Reliability and resale value benefit your pocketbook. A RAV4 is more akin to a savings bond than certain cars, which lose half of their value as soon as you drive them off the lot. Years later, you can still make a good return when you pay out. The Acura RDX comes in at number 7, the most underappreciated premium SUV in the United States. And you know what? For consumers like us, that is advantageous, because the RDX discreetly offers the same luxury experience at half the price and without the maintenance problems, while everyone else is pursuing BMWs, Audis, and Mercedes. This is the key. The RDX and the Honda Pilot shared a drivetrain between 2013 and 2018. This implies that you will have Honda's tried-and-true 6-speed automated transmission, along with a reliable 3.5-liter V6 engine, enclosed in an opulent interior with leather upholstery, improved soundproofing, and superior technology. In essence, it's a Honda Pilot dressed in a suit and tie. This is when things start to get interesting. The RDX maintains its worth while German luxury SUVs lose all of their value as soon as they leave the lot. A used Toyota RAV4 is frequently more expensive than a 2013 Acura RDX. Additionally, for the price of an economy SUV, you're getting more room, more features, and luxurious comfort. The majority of car buyers totally ignore such depreciation trick. Dependability? With only standard maintenance, several RDX owners claim to have reached 150,000 miles. If you have a BMW X3 without a $5,000 transmission cost, try doing that. The Hyundai Santa Fe comes in hot at number 6. You might be surprised by this name. Hyundai wasn't particularly well known for dependability 10 years ago. However, that story has been entirely changed by the Santa Fe. The key? Coverage under warranty. Similar to Kia, Hyundai offers a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on this SUV. Translation? You won't be responsible for paying for repairs, even if something major goes wrong. It's essentially like having an extra warranty built into the purchase price for senior drivers who appreciate peace of mind. It's also not just marketing gibberish. With just tires, brakes, and oil changes, real-world Santa Fe owners are cruising past 200,000 miles. Fuel efficiency is good? The value of a resale continues rising. Additionally, Insurance costs are typically lower than those of competitors like VW or Jeep. Therefore, the Santa Fe is a wise purchase if you're looking for an SUV that combines price with unwavering durability. The Lexus LX comes in at number 5. The premium SUV's armored tank. It's essentially a Toyota Land Cruiser, which is renowned for going places other SUVs wouldn't go and surviving longer than some people's mortgages. Underneath the polished badge and leather seats, these vehicles are well known for reaching 400,000 to 500,000 miles. Additionally, some have accumulated more than 1 million miles across regions of the Middle East and Africa. The 60 just adds opulent comfort to that unbreakable toughness. Indeed, it consumes a lot of fuel. You should anticipate 15 to 17 miles per gallon. However, the dependability trade-off makes German competitors appear vulnerable. The Mercedes G-Wagon will cost you $2,500 for repairs, whereas the LX only need routine maintenance and oil changes. Here's the worst part. There is hardly any depreciation, because everyone knows that once you get one, you might never need another SUV. Used LX versions continue to fetch incredible sums. The 60 is as near to perfect as it comes if you're looking for the best combination of luxury, durability, and resale value. The Mazda CX-5, which broke into the top 4, is evidence that you don't have to pick between dependability and style. The CX-5 drives like a car you want to be in, unlike most small SUVs that feel like tools: athletic appearance, agile handling, and enough durability to travel 200,000 miles with the right maintenance. The CX-5 does not employ a CVT, in contrast to many competitors. Rather, you receive a more dependable and smooth 6-speed automatic transmission. You can avoid thousands of dollars in future repair costs just by doing that. Real-world owners support RepairPal's remarkable 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating for the CX-5. Although the cabin is somewhat smaller than that of a RAV4 or CR-V, you are giving up space in exchange for a more upscale appearance and an improved driving experience. It's also a wise financial decision. Annual maintenance expenses are lower than those of most competitors in its class, and resale prices continue to be high. The Subaru Forester, a little SUV that is essentially unbreakable, comes in at number 3. It received an incredible 98 out of 100 reliability rating from Consumer Reports, which is the closest thing to perfection in the automotive industry. Let's now talk about the big issue: Subaru's CVT gearboxes. They had problems 10 years ago. In actuality, though, Subaru resolved the issue. You can keep this SUV operating properly for decades and avoid the horror stories if you replace the CVT fluid every 30,000 miles. Owners frequently drive their Foresters well over 200,000 miles, and because the brand has such a devoted fan base, resale values are exceptional. This implies that, in comparison to competitors like Nissan or Ford, you will receive a higher return on investment when you're ready to upgrade. You've made one of the best purchases in the SUV market when you include standard all-wheel drive, excellent safety ratings, and fuel efficiency that outperforms many mid-size rivals. The Honda CR-V, the SUV that ultimately overthrew the Toyota RAV4, comes in at number 2. These two have been competing for years, but the most recent CR-V has superior handling, better standard safety features, and even better fuel economy. It can reach an astounding 30 miles per gallon combined. Here's the real surprise, though. A few early 2000s second-generation CR-Vs are getting close to 500,000 miles. That's 500,000 miles of everyday errands, family car excursions, and commuting without ever requiring a significant rebuild. There aren't many cars on the planet with that level of durability. Because of the CR-V's IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus rating, which means you'll save money each month compared to riskier SUVs like the Jeep Cherokee or Ford Escape, insurance companies also adore it. Resale too? Because of Honda's stellar record for reliability, you won't suffer a financial setback when it comes time to sell. The sum total, practical, doesn't have to imply dull, as demonstrated by the CR-V. It is long-lasting, safe, and effective. The Honda HR-V, the tougher little brother of the CR-V, is ranked first. Don't be fooled by its little stature. Supported by Honda's renowned engineering, the HR-V is one of the most dependable small SUVs available. Owners frequently report 150,000 to 200,000 miles with hardly any significant fixes. Additionally, because it is smaller than the CR-V, you can still enjoy Honda's top safety ratings while getting even greater fuel economy, up to 34 miles per gallon on the interstate. Insurance firms also adore this SUV. The HR-V is one of the most affordable SUVs to own over the long term because of its minimal accident repair costs, which control premiums. Although it lacks the muscle of larger SUVs, the HR-V is difficult to beat for daily driving, short road trips, and long-term dependability. Additionally, it retains resale value exceptionally well, just like its larger CR-V sibling, so you won't worry about depreciation when the time comes to trade up. Now that we've discussed the SUVs you can rely on, it's time to discuss the opposing viewpoint. You may be surprised by both of these models, which you should absolutely stay away from. The Jeep Wrangler is a bonus option that you should absolutely stay away from. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the most famous SUVs ever produced, but dependability isn't correlated with sales. Recent Wranglers have actually been beset by issues that make them less of a weekend toy and more of a money trap. Owners have complained about persistent electrical problems, oil leaks, suspension problems, and, of course, the infamous death wobble, in which the entire Jeep trembles violently after striking a pothole or bump. Not quite the assurance you're looking for in an off-road vehicle. And things worsen. With mediocre IHS ratings that raise concerns about safety, the Wrangler has performed poorly in crash tests. Insurance companies are aware of this as well, which is why rates are frequently much higher than those of more reliable SUVs. Therefore, the Wrangler is one SUV you're better off leaving at the dealership unless you enjoy spending weekends servicing your car rather than driving it. The Ford Explorer is another SUV you should stay away from, especially the 2010 seconds models. It appeared to be the ideal family hauler on paper, large, fashionable, and tech-heavy. But things quickly became filthy under the hood. The major problem? Transmission breakdowns. Long before 100,000 miles, owners experienced complete breakdowns, hesitancy, and jerky shifts. Even replacements weren't usually a long-term solution, and repairs frequently cost $3,000 or more. When water pump leaks, electrical issues, and recalls were added, the Explorer soon became more of a hassle than a useful tool. Insurance firms noticed as well. It is now one of the more costly mid-size SUVs to drive due to higher claim rates and inconsistent crash test results. Therefore, even though the Explorer name has a history, the truth is unpleasant. You'll spend more time at the shop than behind the wheel if you purchase the incorrect year. Stay with the dependable SUVs we've discussed, as this one will drain your finances more quickly than you can say extended warranty. The bottom line is as follows. The SUV with the cheapest price tag or the most ostentatious insignia isn't the most sensible to acquire. It's the one that doesn't need to be repaired, protects you with high safety ratings, lowers insurance costs, and maintains its value 10 or even 20 years later. Because of this, the true winners on this list aren't solely based on style or horsepower. They are about financial stability and tranquility of mind. Consider it. Over the course of its lifespan, a dependable SUV can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Stronger resale value, less expensive insurance, fewer trips to the mechanic, and lower repair costs all add up. However, an unreliable SUV does more than just deplete your finances. Every time you go behind the wheel, it depletes your patience, time, and even confidence. And this is something that most people fail to notice. Your down payment, or even the entire cost of your next vehicle, could be easily covered by the money you save on one of these reliable SUVs. Put differently, purchasing the appropriate SUV now is akin to making an investment in your future. It reimburses you mile after mile, year after year. Additionally, having a car you can really rely on transforms your way of life. You have flexibility instead of worrying about whether your car will start in the morning or whether another breakdown would result in a higher insurance rate. Freedom to drive freely into retirement without worrying about the longevity of your vehicle. That's true tranquility. Remember to subscribe for more insider automotive advice, the kind that preserve your investment, save you money, and assist you in making wise purchases so you never have to worry about unexpected maintenance costs again.